Yo, what's up? Jeremy Reddick here from Adjuster University, and in this video, I'm going to show you a simple, easy to understand way how you can make $130,000 a year as an independent field property adjuster, just like me. Okay, so the first thing you got to understand is how the pay works. So basically, as an independent field property adjuster, or like most independent adjusters in general, you make a percentage off of the bill that the service provider that you were contracted under invoices to the insurance carrier. So you have the insurance carrier, you have the claim service provider, and then you have you. Your contract is with the claim service provider. The claim service provider's contract is with the insurance carrier. So you are working on behalf of the claim service provider. The claim service provider is who pays you, and they typically will pay you after they receive payment for their bill that was sent to the insurance company. And the way it usually works at that point is a percentage. The industry standard is 60%, but you can always negotiate that up or negotiate it down if you're just getting started. So if you are an independent field property adjuster, the way it basically works is that you will be paid more, generally, you will be paid more based on the amount of damage that there was while you're out there inspecting a home or inspecting a building. So the more damage, the more pay. The less damage, the less pay. Makes pretty much sense, right? Of course, that doesn't mean we get to just write up $100,000 estimates when there's only $2,500 worth of damage. That would be unethical, and that would actually just be fraud. But let's say, for instance, we go out to a house and we're looking at some damage, and we determine that there is $5,000 worth of property damage there. So we write up an estimate for $5,000 worth of property damage. Now, generally speaking, what I found throughout the whole country, $5,000 worth of property damage, that might net you approximately, let's just say, $250. So that would basically mean that the overall invoice that was sent to the insurance carrier is going to likely be somewhere to the tune of like $350, $390, $400, something like that. And whatever your percentage was, you may walk away with about $250. Now, for people that don't exactly know how they can possibly get to the $250 mark, let me explain. $250, you are being paid $250 to make a phone call, schedule an appointment with a policyholder, drive out there, look at the damage, take some notes, take photographs, go back home or go to Panera Bread or go to Starbucks and write up an estimate, write up a report, build a photo report, and pretty much just document everything that you have to do about the claim so that the insurance carrier can make an accurate coverage decision and pay their policyholder the proper way. So how long does that take? Well, it depends. If you're a guy like me that's been doing it for 10 plus years, then you could do probably about 10 or so of these a day. So 10 or so at $250, you know what that looks like. That's $2,500 a day. Not that bad. Now, so let's just say that you aren't me because you're not me. So you can't do 10 of those a day. What's a reasonable amount of time that you can do? Now, some people really struggle in this industry, and it's really the reason why I created this YouTube channel and Adjuster University in general. So because I understand that if you take all day to chase after this $250, well, you might as well just get a job doing something else, because that's really, at least to me, not worth me running a business. But if you can get 2 of these in a day, then you are looking pretty good, because now you are at $500 a day. Let's put it in perspective. I can do 10 of these in a day. I think it is extremely, extremely reasonable that anyone with the proper education up front can do 2 of those simple things a day. Personally, it takes me about 30 minutes to inspect $5,000 worth of damage, and it takes me approximately the same amount of time to actually write up a report. Let's just say it took me 30 minutes to get there, 30 minutes to get back. That right there is 2 hours worth of work. Throw an extra 30 minutes on there for administrative stuff right there. 2.5 hours worth of work it took me to get to that. But let's say you aren't as good as me, it'll take you 5 hours to get to that. So you may be pushing a 10-hour day, and from there, with enough time and learning, you're gonna get that in within an 8-hour span. So now you are at $500. Now, let's be cushy about this and not be overly ambitious. You don't work 7 days out of the week, you only work 5 days out of the week. Okay, so what does that bring us up to? 500 times 5 is what? That brings us up to $2,500. Okay, now you got $2,500. What does that bring you out to next? Now, if you got $2,500 and you work 50 2 weeks out of the year, do a little basic math, that brings you to a gross revenue of $130,000. Of course, you've got business expenses that you're gonna have to deduct out of that. Realistically, what I found is that's approximately 15% of your gross. So realistically, you're still breaking 6 figures. You're working only 5 days a week. And to be completely honest with you, if after an entire year, you start off doing 2 of these a day, and by the end of that year, you're still only doing 2 of these a day, then you need to pay a little bit more attention to the videos that we have on this channel, because you realistically should be doing more in a single day and growing this $130,000 a year to 160 to 190 to 200 and so on. And that is a simple way how you can make $130,000 as a field property adjuster.